Coming up on this episode of Lust to Dust.
Has he used the L word for any of these other women?
I haven't thought about this. This is actually his first time admitting love, and it's not coming in the way that we thought it would.
From lust to dust.
Welcome back to From Lust to Dust, my horny dead dad.
Podcast where we read our dead dad's sex book.
Today we have a special guest for a couple reasons.
What up, motherfucker?
This is Mikey McDonald.
McDonald.
Hello, guys. My name is Mikey McDonald.
Hey.
Aside from our brother, the first man.
We've gone female energy on this pod, and now we've gone the most male energy possible.
Yeah.
What's up, pussies? So I heard your dad gets a lot of pussy. That's cool. You know, I'm into this.
We've gone a lot of girls from the east side Los Angeles. Now we're getting a former football player,
Former
linebacker,
You're goddamn right.
door guy at the comedy
from
store.
Virginia, door guy.
Those
Yeah.
are really my two only credits.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
we're going to get some really deep relationship advice going on here.
So where are you from, Mikey?
I am from Richmond, Virginia, folks.
Richmond,
all right,
That is
yeah.
where I was born and raised.
Hell yeah.
And we got married parents, divorced parents.
I have divorced parents.
Oh, all right.
I have a dad that's a bit like your dad.
Yeah. He's
And
dead?
I wish, brother. Yeah. He's a handsome man. He's got a lot going on for himself. He just went through his second divorce. He divorced my stepmom.
Oh, shit.
So he's out there.
Okay.
And let me tell you, I think my dad and your dad would be fucking boys.
Oh, yeah.
Interesting.
They'd be out on the town.
I was listening to one of the episodes that said wingmanless again.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
My dad would have been a fucking good wingman.
That's what we need right
Well,
there.
that's
Yeah.
what wingmen's are for divorced guys or other divorced guys. So they kind of
Yeah, other
accumulate them.
divorced guys.
So, Mikey, when did your parents get divorced?
My parents got divorced when I was 18 months old.
Oh, shit.
fuck.
I don't remember them in the same household together, but they kind of dated on and off when I was a child. It was all very
Post-divorce.
post-divorce. Dude, I have this hilarious memory of like, do you guys know what a Friendlies is? It's like a Ruby.
Of course.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
So you guys are, Friendlies is like, if you don't know, it's like a Chili's, but a little different. I don't know, a little classier.
Yeah, burger
maybe.
spot.
Well-
Yeah. Burger ice cream, right?
I have this weird memory of like, I'm 5, my sister's 4, I'm with my mom and my dad like pulls out a wedding ring at Friendlies and is like,
No.
will you marry me? And my mom's like, yeah, for sure. And then literally like, they never got married. And I asked my mom about that 10 years later. I just like randomly thought about it. She's like, oh, I called him that. And I was like, fuck no. What are you talking about? No, I'm not marrying you again.
I'm sorry.
Wait, so your parents were divorced, but then he asked to remarry later on?
Yes, they were like dating kind of on and off after the divorce, right?
Oh, interesting.
And a lot of it was off. Sometimes it would be on.
This was in front of you?
In front of me and my sister. And we were just
Wow.
like, oh my God, yay!
They're getting back together.
We're getting back together. No.
How old were you?
I was like 5.
It's so, the thing about
One of my earliest memories.
That's crazy.
Well, I love that your dad was like probably confident that she would say no. So he goes, she can't say no in front of the kids
Totally.
and the friendly staff.
And the friendly staff, for sure. And he was right. She said yes. And then later, I think she called him and was like, no. But a lot of my childhood is kind of like, I remember my dad dating.
Yeah.
And a lot of it, and my mom, they were single until they found like they got remarried.
Sure.
And it would be like, you know, my dad's talking to this lady named Dawn. And then I start to meet her kids. And
Yeah.
me and her kids become like best friends.
Oh, fuck.
And then one day, I remember my 9th birthday party. I'm like, where's Billy and Don? I fucking want to hang out with Billy. He goes, oh, you're not going to be seeing Billy anymore. Meet Shannon. And then like there's like another lady at my birthday party. I kid you not. That's how I met my stepmom. That lady ended up being my stepmom.
Wow.
And I met her kids. Yeah, meet Shannon. Yeah.
Fuck. So you were kind of being like, it's at least you're being boys with the stepkids.
Totally. All the
Yeah.
stepkids were my boys.
Our dad always dated young, so they had like
Yeah.
3-year-olds if we were 17,
Yeah.
you know?
Damn. So
The friendly story is nuts, though.
I'm
It's
sorry.
insane.
Knowing there's like a banana split on the table, too,
Yeah.
is even sadder.
Yeah.
Totally. Well, no, I remember what it. Dude, this is so funny. They didn't have a banana split. They had this thing where it's like a piece of mint ice cream, and then there's Reese's Pieces as ears, and then like the cherry is
God.
a nose, and the whipped cream is a smiley face, and then we're like all eating this, and he's like, "Will you marry me?"
and underneath the whipped cream, he pulls out. I like
That's
what's funny,
such just a 90s depressing story.
friendlies.
Totally.
Because part of me is like, well, why didn't he do something more, grand? And I'm like, but I think that all of this is like, he knew the answer is no.
Totally.
And I think that he's like, I could spend a lot of money on this proposal.
Yeah.
And it's going to, instead he's like, I already have to take the kids out for family dinner.
Totally.
We're going to friendlies.
And there's something about a second engagement, like a second proposal, where it's like, I'm not going to go as hard as the fucking first one.
No.
That was crazy.
Yeah, I've already done that.
Yeah, I've already done that.
But
Was it a new ring or did he
I think it was a new ring. New ring, which I'm sure he kept and, gave it to some
Gave
other
to
lady.
Shannon. How did he propose to Shannon? Were they inside a Culver's?
Yeah.
Checking the deep fryer.
Yeah.
Leveraging the kids though being there is that's
It's a genius.
That's some good divorced dad work.
It's
right
a good,
there.
he knew what he was doing,
But we're gonna get back into Lori here. So Lori, last we saw of her, she was sitting in the church pew and she was looking down. Surprise visit to the church.
Yeah, which
after she'd
big
shown
debate.
some manic
Psychotic.
behavior. Yeah,
Psychotic.
yeah. The night before they were at a club, she kind of iced him. It was a weird fight.
So they left. As they're walking away at church, she intercepts them. So she kind of
right.
intercepts them. Here's the thing.
And she ain't a church going woman.
No,
as
she's
we
not a
know.
church go.
Yeah.
We did say that we were surprised that she quite literally didn't that she was allowed in the church, like physically.
Well, in spite of all the karma possible, Lori waltzed right into that church. She intercepted our dad. And I think we'll jump right back into it. Again, we've now planted the seeds that she's a bit manic. She
Quick
has
question.
these mood swings.
And when you were saying, I can't believe she's loud in the church, demonic, are you just talking like she's like hot as fuck and she dresses in a way that's not church-like? Or are you just saying she's like a little bit nuts, a little career-driven, a little...
There is a fine line where part of this does come across as I wouldn't go misogynistic, but a little bit of
We're being harshly critical.
We're
of
being
someone.
really
Yeah,
harsh
yeah,
on her because from our perspective, we met her when we were 10.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry, most people your parents date at that point are going to have a little evilness to them.
Totally.
Because that's the side of especially if they're not good with kids. So
Terrible.
look, is Lori actually probably a good person? I'm sure. But
Yeah.
for the sake
of we're putting
Totally.
ourselves in our 10-year-old minds and going, this is a woman who annoyed us, so she had to be demonic.
she must be demonic
in
and
our
evil.
world. Yeah.
So
yeah, yeah.
are we playing it up? Not in the eyes of I think we're doing our kid selves justice here.
We're getting revenge for our 10-year-old self. All right, let's get back into it. Lori.
Back into it.
In spite of that incident and a few other minor moodiness episodes, our relationship was deepening by the day. In early April, she suggested we take her boat to the Heritage Golf Tournament in Hilton Head. The adventure and romance of traveling with her by boat for the weekend was too much to resist. Hilton Head was a 5-hour trip by water, but her cabin cruiser was beautifully appointed with a full kitchen, living area, and bedroom. We left the dock Friday morning. All the provisions were packed, including lots of snacks, wines, and most importantly, our tickets for the golf tournament.
I remember him flaunting about this, and he said that there was nothing sexier and more romantic than driving a boat down the intercoastal and having a woman coming up and delivering you like hors d'oeuvres as you're channeling down.
This is all making sense again that my dad's looking past these episodes because it's like, he's talking about this like this is the greatest. All this is like he's in this tax bracket, and he's getting to experience the tax bracket he'd like to be in.
Totally.
And he did fine. He had old jet skis was his thing, and he was very cheap.
Yeah.
So I think that now he's starting to get to live this life that isn't costing him much other than
it's the oldest thing in the book that someone with a little money makes you overlook some problems.
Yeah.
Totally.
She's kind of in that experience.
But it's not normally from man to woman.
Yeah. That is very true. And I relate to your dad a little here. Like when you go into a place and you're like, also they had fucking snacks just lined up already. Like there's fucking trail mix, there's fucking cookies, anything you want. Not only does she have a sick boat, but there's snacks and shit all on it already. And then just 2 tickets. I'm kind of on his side, dude. I would overlook a lot of...
A free snack bar with $30 in Sun Chips and Gatorade or whatever. Just for some reason, people like us go nuts for it.
Yeah.
Nuts.
As we cruised down the inland waterway, I had a sense of contentment that I hadn't experienced in a long time, certainly not since the earlier years of my marriage.
He's sunbathing, wind blowing in his hair. He goes, I haven't felt this good since the early years of my marriage. Has nothing to do with the company.
Totally.
It's like being on a beach in Hawaii and being like, yeah, this is the woman of my dreams. It's just like, no, dude, you're just living as you're on a vacation.
I just know his arm is not around her when he's having that thought. You know what I'm saying? It just isn't.
Some dolphins are going by,
For starters, the weather was perfect, about 80 degrees and sunny. The trip itself was magical. The journey took us through scores of channels and bays throughout the South Carolina waterways, endless marshes and tidal pools, and the sights of crab fishermen.
I'm sorry. If you're getting to the point you're mentioning crab fishermen without mentioning a single thing about the company you're with.
That's so good, dude.
I had the helm of the boat, a fresh cocktail in hand, and felt completely at peace with the world. Most importantly, the woman I was rapidly falling in love with was just steps away, below in the cabin. She was cooking hors d'oeuvres on the stove as we motored towards our goal, peeking out every so often to smile at me. Yes, I was falling in love, and I knew it.
Quick question. Yeah. Has he used the L word for any of these other women?
Not really.
No,
yeah.
So this so far is the first girl he thinks he is falling in love with. I don't think he's falling in love with her. I think he's entranced by all the shit she has.
Yeah. This is a woman taken to the Mercedes dealership. She just got the G-Wagon, and now she's throwing out the L.
I haven't thought about that. This is actually his first time admitting love.
Yeah.
And it's not coming in the way that we thought it would.
No.
He's talked about passionate, deep connections with people and all these things, but this is...
he really loves a boat. I mean, I can't understate that. That man was in love with the water more than anything.
He's acting like a 23-year-old girl in Miami.
Yeah.
He's like, she took me on the boat, and suddenly all his problems are away.
Yeah, his hair and the salt spray.
Yeah, he's just like.
I think Pitbull's really the one for me.
Yeah, oh my God,
he's doing for me.
This is awesome.
I mean, he's got Steely Dan cranked up on that knob.
5 hours later, we moored the boat at a marina, made love, and then took a short nap.
Oh, he's fucking in the cabin.
Dock up in that boat.
Wow.
You just know that boat. There was some old sailor who was peeking in. There's
some kayaker in the marina. It's a big wave.
He hits that wave. Yeah, he capsizes.
What the hell?
We showered, called a cab, and then left for dinner at a restaurant in Sea Pines. The dinner was wonderful, and afterwards we strolled along the shops at Harbortown Marina on the water. This is when things turned sour. Real sour. As I was standing outside of a shop facing Lori, an attractive girl walked by. As she emerged from behind Lori, I glanced at the girl. My God, you're staring at her ass, screeched Lori. What? Baby, I didn't. Yes, you did. Damn it, I saw you. Sweetie, I admit I glanced at the girl, but I didn't even...
Immediately falls.
I love, baby, I didn't.
I swear to God, I did. I swear. Okay, I totally did it. I totally did it.
You were staring at her ass.
It's so easy just to be like, what woman? You never admit that, especially with a woman is pretty volatile.
This is what we're talking about, though. This is kind of an immovable object meets an unstoppable force. I mean, she's dealing with a guy who's insatiably horny.
Right.
He's a landmine.
Like it was what Issa was saying. Is she paranoid because she knows the kind of guy she's dealing with, or is she just paranoid because of past trauma?
Yeah.
I'm thinking it's a little bit of both.
Yeah, girls like this need the guy who's like, I hate to use this term, but they do need kind of the.
You need a loser. Yeah.
You were staring at her.
This is where a woman's perspective would help. I mean, what's the big deal? You can't stare at a chick's ass?
I mean, this is ridiculous. She needs to just be with some beta cuck is what we're like.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. She needs a loser.
I can't wait for the comments on this. It's so funny. We've almost every time been counterbalanced by.
Yes. I think it was time to change the perspective.
Yeah. Time to just double down.
We got a lot of one perspective for a few episodes, so it was good to change it up.
All right. Well, let me try to flip it. Let me try to have this thing called empathy. So if I am a guy and I have a boat and I'm bringing this hot girl out, and we're hanging out, and then I catch her staring at a dude that's 6'5", more handsome than me, and it just fucking hurts me. Like maybe like maybe like a guy like that has taken a girl from me before.
Yeah.
And yeah, maybe that would fucking upset me a little.
There is this kind of side of this that's fair that like he's complete sugar baby here.
He's sugar baby.
Right.
I mean, she is like, I'm taking you down here, clearly financing this whole thing, making you hors d'oeuvres, all this. And then you have the like audacity. So
I think that what you need with a woman like this is just a pair of very tinted amber shaded sunglasses.
Yeah.
You know?
suddenly he's wearing transition lenses.
Yeah, because you know wherever your eye is going to drift, just don't give her the opportunity.
I know.
You know. Put on like those pig prescription shades with the parallel blockers.
Yeah.
Lori's mood changed on a dime, and there was nothing I could do. I argued with her for several minutes, but she'd have none of it. The night was quickly being ruined, and I felt helpless. I then hailed a cab for a ride back to the boat. During the tournament, it was common to share cabs due to the amount of people around. Another couple got in with us, and Lori started right in, directing her comment to the woman. "He was staring at this girl's ass," she began.
Oh, no.
Lori was pretty well lit up on alcohol and was especially full of drama. While I was talking to him, he totally started ogling at this woman, right in front of me. I rolled my eyes as if to say, no, I wasn't, but I didn't want to fuel her fire by arguing with her again. The other woman was not really interested, but she politely nodded her head in agreement.
Do you think because he's saying it was very common to share a cab, but she's got the money, you think she was using the opportunity of,
She wanted the audience.
I need the audience.
Yeah. I
here.
wonder too if she gets like, there's a little bit of like, this fuels her in a way, you know? Because sometimes those arguing couples, it's like, she's getting something here out of this, you
They
know?
like it.
Yeah.
They really, some of these couples love to argue.
Yeah.
And she might be one of these women that likes to fucking fight.
Yeah, I think so.
And if she's had a few, get out of here.
Yeah.
She's
So-
drunk.
Yeah.
These are legitimate grievances in a drunk person's brain.
Yeah,
you
for
know
sure.
what I'm saying?
"He's horrible," she went on. "Good men don't do this. And good women don't act this way," I thought.
Roasted.
Oh, God.
If I intentionally dwelled on another beautiful woman, I could understand. But I hadn't, and she was totally overreacting. The cab dropped off the other couple, and we finished the remainder of the cab ride in silence. There was no making love at this point.
Love, that's where it still is.
That's all he was thinking about was, am I still going to get laid after all
There's
this?
no making love.
No passionate.
Also, they just fucked like 3 hours before, so he's.
I also love, this is so funny that they have to go back to a boat.
I know.
And this is not like a yacht. It's a one little bedroom thing. Like,
Right.
There's no, like I guarantee
There's
he's,
no go away
he's
to the
sleeping
office.
on the roof. He's sleeping-
Yeah, there's no hiding in the boat. You know?
I just love it.
Yeah.
He's on top of the boat. He looks over. There's another guy on a boat, and he goes, "Looked at a girl's ass too."
You too, huh?
Yeah.
She was mad, I was mad, and we undressed in silence and climbed into the bed. I lay there for a few minutes, upset, but also wondering what, if anything, was the solution. I now was falling in love, but this kind of behavior was turning me off badly. We spent the night avoiding physical contact in the cramped berth, which was all but impossible. The next morning, as we lay there in bed waking up, I decided to approach her about the previous night's debacle. "Baby, what is it?" She stared at the ceiling for a moment. "Sweetie, what is it?" I repeated. "Where does that kind of behavior come from?" She continued to avoid eye contact, but her eyes started to well up with tears. "I don't know," she said. "I just get this way sometimes." The tears started to flow harder. I didn't want to admonish her as much as simply understand. I knew it was an overreaction, but I was only interested in find a way or ways to eliminate it in the future.
She's like, I get this way sometimes. It's like, it's called 4 bottles of wine.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah, not even admitting that at all.
Just get this way.
Your dad's approach also in the morning, like he goes into it knowing he's in the right. Like he goes, he basically starts off with, "What was the deal last night? What is your problem?"
Yeah.
He doesn't go in there with an apology.
Yeah.
He puts it on her,
Yeah.
and then she doesn't know how to handle it.
Or if he comes in apologizing, she can start to be like, "Yeah, in a way, we both did something."
Yes.
But you're right. He is kind of being like, "Hey, so like, what was that?"
What was that? Like, that was insane.
Yeah.
But he's
Right.
not saying the insane thing.
Yeah.
But that puts it on her like,
Yeah.
"Oh my God, was I fucking insane last night?"
It's an admission that like that wasn't human behavior.
Like, I'm genuinely confused at what just transpired.
Yes.
I'm starting to feel bad, for this woman.
For
Well,
her. Yes.
She is in a way, even to wake up the next morning in sobriety and be like, all right, I got a problem, shows some I can sympathize a little bit.
Yeah.
There. At least knowing you got a screw loose and going like, I can kind of get a little fucked up.
So many people don't have that moment of.
The people that don't have that when they're hungover, and I know people, a lot of them women, they'll do the craziest shit when they're drunk, and then the next day they'll have the audacity to still be mad at you for something they were mad about when they were drunk and already in the wrong.
Yeah.
Dude, there's a reason I don't drink anymore. When I would wake up from these hangovers, I would be going on like a fucking apology tour.
Oh, yeah.
I'd be sending long texts like, I'm so fucking sorry. I'm a piece of shit. I'm a fucking idiot. So yeah, she's got a little something going for her.
She's got you were kind of Lori.
No. Yeah, me and Lori have a lot going on.
I've been trying to pin it this whole time. This hot blonde woman that my dad is dating, it's Mike.
It's me, dude.
I've been this way since I was a little girl, she explained. I just get this way, and I can't help myself. Her tears continued to flow. I know, sweetie. I know. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
I know how you were when you were 3. Continue.
I know. I get it.
Yeah.
You think she was in kindergarten looking at her crush going, you were staring at that girl's ass.
Staring at her ass.
To remember context here, she did have a father who cheated on her mother, and the father left the mom.
Yeah.
Or they broke up because of that. The mom really blamed the father for their life. So she's got some daddy issues.
She's got
some daddy issues.
She's got some issues.
But this all stems from little girl being that traumatic incident of the dad
There
cheating.
is something there for sure.
I helped brush away her tears and then kissed her gently. Her honesty was both appreciated and encouraging, and perhaps more importantly, a starting point for our new understanding. I slipped my hand underneath her panties and then started to remove them towards her ankles.
I mean, come on. I mean, Jesus Christ, dude.
Oh, God. I love
that transition. There's no transition there at all.
No transition.
Yeah, we were fighting. Then I started fingering her.
I mean, literally wiping tears down all the way. He literally doesn't. He goes from here and just follows the fingers all the way down to her.
Or he saw, my thinking is he saw the wetness of her eyes as a lubricant.
Yeah, in a weird, and tears.
Yeah. But that wasn't the only thing that was wet.
Yeah. Wow.
She was crying below.
She was crying. The tears, for me to find out she was, the tears.
We made love with a strong passion and then rolled over to relax. I wasn't going to let the incident of the previous night ruin what had been a spectacular trip, and I was convinced, at least for the time being, that we were back on an even keel.
So, I mean, again, it's kind of like, what is he? He likes the sex, clearly.
This is just toxic relationship 101.
Totally.
Yeah,
like fighting and then making up, then fucking. How'd you spend 2 years with this woman?
Yeah. He spends some time with her.
And these are the women that are fucking your brain up. So I bet he's walking around hanging out with you guys, and you guys are playing catch, and all he's thinking is, Lori's so fucking crazy.
Because he's dating someone like this, and it's like if you're constantly worried about the other person's
Well, I'm kind of remembering, I think now looking back on old home videos and stuff, our dad was I think a kinder person, and now I'm kind of thinking this is when this started getting the wires crossed. This is when his mood started getting worse.
Really?
Yeah.
Potentially, yeah.
It's the worry, is this person mad at me? Did I do something wrong?
Yeah.
That, all the time.
Right.
The roller coaster. But I bet your dad was liking the roller coaster because the fucking is good.
Yes.
You're addicted to the, the slot machine of it all.
These are the most dangerous
true.
kind of relationships because the highs are fucking high, but the lows, like you said, it's
think
Six
about
Flags.
He's 24 hours here. I mean, he literally is describing, this is the happiest I've been since early, not even my marriage, early marriage.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Wind is flying through his hair, they're having a great time. His boat hors d'oeuvres are being spread. Suddenly they're fighting in a cab. It's fucking terrible.
Right.
Next thing he knows, he's, making love to this woman that, her eyes are still red from tears. It's like, what is going on?
And a lot of the pleasure of a roller coaster like this is the relief of they're not mad at me anymore.
Yes.
That is addicting too.
Yes.
You're I fixed it. I solved it.
Yes.
And relief is an incredible feeling.
It's dopamine.
It's dopamine. Yeah.
Right.
It's like a rush.
Well, I'm looking at the word, we made love with a strong passion.
Oh, yeah.
The passion there.
Yeah.
It's heavily passionate. The sex is passionate. The fighting is passionate. You're in a relationship of deep passion, which has, you can get addicted to that. You can get addicted to the cortisol, then the dopamine, the cortisol.
We had breakfast, got dressed, and took a taxi to the tournament. The remainder of the trip was wonderful. I was hopeful that we had transcended this issue about her bad moods, but still wary of her personality taking an unexpected turn in the future. And the personality turns came, randomly but consistently. We continued to date, but her unpredictable moods were constantly lurking, never knowing when she would blow up to ruin another day. In spite of the occasional bad experience, we continued to be inseparable on the weeks that I didn't have the boys, and we'd see each other as much as possible during the weeks I had custody. We traveled to Florida, then Phoenix for a convention, and then for a week to my summer home. Each trip usually began well, but inevitably her moods would sour, oftentimes initiated by too much alcohol, or sometimes when she was totally sober. It was as if chemicals seeped into her brain and triggered an automatic mood transformation. Sometimes there'd be a pretty woman in the area, or sometimes a memory would serve as a catalyst, but they always occurred with little or no provocation.
I'd be curious to get a perspective from another one of his girlfriends as to, was our dad a looker-rounder? You know what I mean? Like, was this uniquely Lori's issue with him, or was he in the eyes of other girls looking around,
For sure your dad was. I have a brief story about my dad that is, relative to this. One time he had just started dating Shannon heavily, about a year in, very serious. And we went to church camp, and my dad filmed it all on this camcorder. And then we go back, we're in the living room, and he's showing Shannon, and we're all singing God is good, God is great. And then he turns and zooms in on this lady's tits.
At church camp.
At church camp. And then Shannon throws the camera down, goes upstairs. I didn't see her the rest of the time I was with my dad that weekend.
Wow.
So...
that's insane. Dude, she watched him do it live?
Dude, the whole family is watching the camcorder. We're rewatching the camcorder. Shannon's holding it in the living room. And my dad's watching. I'm watching it. We're like, oh, yeah, we're singing. And then he just zips in on some lady's tits.
Fuck.
She goes upstairs.
Did he try to pull a Bob here? I wasn't on her tits, Shannon.
Yeah.
Cross. She's a necklace.
Yeah.
I feel like if your dad was one of those guys who's filming 9/11.
Right. Yeah.
The second plane's coming and he goes, oh shit.
Right. Like Peter Griffin.
I was totally in love with Lori at this point, so I was desperately hoping her moodiness would simply go away, or at least that there'd be some solution. Ultimately, my frustration would build to the point where I began a pattern of breaking up with her, usually for short periods of time. She'd become contrite, or I'd overwhelmingly begin to miss her, and we'd end up getting back together. Sometimes we'd intentionally run into each other at our well-known restaurant haunts, or one of us would give in and make the call. Always things would go well for a while, but then she'd have another terrible outburst, and the cycle would start all over again. Each time we'd break it off, I'd immerse myself into the dating scene, hoping as much to find another woman, as well as to simply anesthetize me to the emotional pain of leaving her once again.
Yeah, so again, it's just toxic, horrible relationship. It's on and off with a woman you have absolutely no business being with, but you have really passionate, fun sex, whatever. And so he's running into her at the place. They're getting off on that weird running into each other shit.
Yeah, he is getting off to it in a weird way. And this is kind of before even toxic relationship was a phrase.
A coined phrase, yeah.
Well, you would just call it passionate. That's all you would say. It wasn't toxic. It was just heavy with passion.
Yeah.
And he liked to fight too. I mean, this guy was let's not ignore the fact he was a passionate fighter himself.
Yeah, he was.
So let's, I know.
Did he like a good argument?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think he got off on that.
He never had the bone in his body to decide this is not worth it, or I need to be the one that defuses the situation.
Yeah.
Actually, when sex was on the table, I think he had the ability to. Because when we would get in arguments with him, there was no sex at the end of it. So he would run it into the ground, or he'd get in fights with his sister, and most of the time sex was off the table. They listen to this, and no.
The only thing that can defeat your father, it seems like, is the poontang.
That's it.
It is.
And
he got defeated many a time.
I mean, he's getting absolutely.
This man was France in the World Wars.
Yeah, this is unbelievable
when it came to women.
Dode, it's Ethan. The phone rang Friday morning about 11 a.m. I'm coming in for the night. Excellent. Stay with me, I said. Ethan lived in Raleigh and ran a successful company that he started not long after college. I'd met him about 10 years ago when our exes met on a playground with our children. Are you sure? He asked. Do you have the boys? No boys till next week. Also, I broke it off with Lori last night. Again? Yes, again, I said. Oh, well, he said. Sorry.
Trust me, he wasn't very sorry. Once your friends know that you're with someone.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, it's like, again, it's like. If
your friends are going again.
Yeah.
Because no one's sorry.
First time you go through the breakup, it's like, oh, you get all the stops. And then at a certain point, it's like, hey, I'm not doing this again.
I'm not going to comfort you over this. Yeah. This is your problem.
Don't be sorry, I said. Believe me, I've had more than enough. By the way, are you coming with Samantha? Samantha was Ethan's second wife. I'd heard rumors that they had somewhat of an open marriage, but I never asked him about it. No, coming alone? Just in for the night?
They have an open marriage? Him and this lady?
My dad's friend.
And
his second wife have what they believe to be an open marriage.
Maybe a little bit of an open marriage.
So maybe they're going to try to rope Lori and Bob in.
We'll see. I don't know.
Yeah.
Oh, this is good.
I was happy he was coming, as I needed the distraction to help me forget about Lori, and Ethan and I always had good times together when out cocktailing.
Cocktailing is a crazy way to say.
Is this the 50s?
Yeah, what the fuck? We're going cocktailing?
I kind of like that word. I wish we used that more.
I might bring that back.
Cocktailing.
Come on, we're going cocktailing tonight.
We started out downtown for dinner and then headed to a cool nightclub to see what might be available. Almost immediately, we ran into two girls that I knew, Alexis and Emily. Emily was a pilot in the Air Force who had built a home near mine several years before. I liked Emily as a friend, but that was the extent of it. Alexis, on the other hand, was a beautiful girl, about 5 feet 8 inches, blonde, beautiful face, and a body to match. She had a successful hair salon business. I only knew her casually and rarely saw her out. But when I did, I always made it a point to talk with her. Usually, she was simply polite, but tonight she seemed curiously receptive. As a good wingman, Ethan picked up a conversation with Emily, and we all settled in for drinks. Alexis was the friendliest that she'd ever been, and Ethan and Emily were hitting it off as well.
Open marriage, baby.
There we go.
That open marriage.
Around midnight, I suggested we head back to my condo, and we all agreed. At home, we made drinks in the kitchen, and I suggested that Alexis and I tour the apartment. I glanced at Ethan to imply that he and Emily not join us.
He's got a motion to the guy in the open marriage that please
This
don't.
is not a foursome.
Please don't come in.
Yeah, please don't.
Yeah.
I didn't think I'd have to say this, but with you.
Shocking to be like.
And you know, Ethan, when Bob's in there fucking, that knob's still jiggling.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ethan's trying.
Yeah. I'm sorry.
And you guys know Ethan?
Oh, yeah.
Good guy.
There's one soft knock from Ethan with a little, you sure?
You sure?
Yeah. Sorry, I think I left something. No, you didn't. You didn't leave anything. Are you sure?
That's awesome.
Ethan, you know he accidentally plants his phone in there. That he has to, I must come get my phone. Where is that damn thing?
You could be in a 30-year strictly monogamous marriage with your wife, and you have Ethan staying over at the house. He's still trying.
I know. I think Ethan would be a phenomenal bank robber because you just tell him on the other side of that vault, there's a couple making love, and he'll find a way.
Yeah. He's got the thing you listen to.
Yeah. Dun 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 dun.
Yeah.
I mean, if
Ethan's the guy you're sleeping, he's coming through the vent in the top of the roof.
If I'm ever in prison and I look over and Ethan's my cellmate, we're getting out. I'm telling him there's a busty blonde and another man making love right outside. Those, yeah, that's who my Shawshank Redemption is. It's a guy in an open marriage.
He picked up on my wishes and remained in the kitchen. When we got to the master, I put my arm around her waist, pulled her toward me, and started embracing and kissing her.
The door's still open. All right.
Wait, so he tried to close it. It opened still, and he's like, I don't give a fuck. I'm still going to fuck her.
I think he was like closing the door is too presumptuous.
Yeah.
So it's like brings her to the master.
Yeah.
And then he starts like hooking up. Then he's like, great. Okay, now I'm going to go close the door. And
What a gentleman.
I'm sure Ethan's fingers were slammed.
Yeah.
Yow!
Ooh, wowza.
Also, I'm like, what the hell is happening right now? He's just got this new. It was like we're a volatile relationship with Lori, and now he's just. I guess what we're setting up here is he kind of needs another bang to get away. Off the thought of Lori and get broken free of it to a degree.
She's successful. She's got a little salon thing going on.
Yeah.
She's a baller.
Yeah.
I mean, your dad, he doesn't know her much before this. She's just like a hot girl he's seen around.
Yeah.
And now he's about to just bang her at this party.
Yeah.
And that's cool.
She was beyond receptive. Alexis kissed back with a passion that said, simply, keep going. And I did. I started unbuttoning her blouse and she grabbed the buckle of my belt. I broke my embrace, shut the door, and turned to resume. She had unclasped her bra and revealed an outstanding chest. She undid my belt, unsnapped my pants, and then slid down the zipper. I was totally excited at this point, and it showed. She yanked down my boxers and went down on me. Almost without breaking our stride, we fell onto the bed, and I removed her skirt. We were both out of control, moving from position to position, making love with a furious passion. Afterwards, we laid back, totally satisfied and exhausted. I looked at her, smiled, and then started to feel bad. Jesus, what about Ethan and Emily? I asked.
Ethan and Emily turn over in bed. We're doing just fine, Bob.
Yeah, I think.
Ethan was a good friend, and here I was, selfishly consumed with my own needs, while my friend was abandoned outside. I'll get us another drink and check on them, I said to Alexis. As I left the master bedroom, I bared witness to a magnificent sight. Emily was naked, on the couch on all fours, and Ethan was face deep in her ass cheeks.
Wow.
Jesus.
Wow.
Oh my God. I love.
I mean,
What's also funny is that they're on the couch in the living room, which means they were probably trying to get into Bob's room.
Yeah.
But then didn't have enough time to make it back to their own room,
That's
so they just went for
awesome.
the couch.
This is.
buried in her ass cheeks.
Buried.
Okay.
I mean-
We're just going beyond, like, we're straight up eating ass.
Yeah.
It is 2007. It wasn't as cool back then.
No,
It's not clarity.
I
on
see.
He walks
I
in
see.
on basic 2/3 of a human centipede, and he's. Oh God!
What if they all human centipede on
Yeah,
the
I know.
couch?
I know. That's.
They both looked up momentarily, and I gave them a sheepish glance. Sorry, I whispered as I tiptoed out of the room. That certainly answers the question about Ethan's open marriage, I thought.
After you interrupt someone eating ass, do they kind of just wave and then go right back in?
Yeah, like what do you
know?
do?
How do you resume
Yeah.
on Ethan's part?
I bet Ethan didn't look up and just.
Yeah.
He just gave the.
Yeah, when you're
I'll be
gave
okay.
yeah,
Yeah, fuck yeah. Yeah.
when you're scuba diving, it's all in the hands. It's just-
I think all he did, he just held up the pound.
I returned to the master, 2 drinks in hand, giggling so hard that I spilled some on the carpet. Yes, they're okay, I said to Alexis. I described the scene and we both had a laugh. We made love again, and then the girls ultimately left to go home.
super toxic relationship with Lori. He needed just a debaucherous night of trying to kind of get away from what seems to be, like, I don't know, well, we're going to go back to demonic, but she's tough.
I'll tell you what, he's not thinking about her one bit
No.
this evening, you know?
You know what is funny though? He says there in that moment, he goes, the moment after they finish making love, he goes, I felt bad. And
That's what I thought.
I go, oh, all right.
Right.
He misses her. And then I feel bad because my buddy out there is
right.
having to entertain this woman. I'm like, he's clearly at this point over the bullshit.
Totally.
Yeah.
And I think at this point, he's pretty ready to move on. Now, would it have been nice to hear some bit of information on what the hell happened with him? I mean, we didn't hear anything about the breakup. We heard, he just zooms forward.
Well, I think
Totally.
what he's saying ultimately is that it was just repeated history with her. They'd go a month or two, then she'd have a crash out. A month or two, she'd have a crash out. So
Yeah.
she is just. What we learned again. I don't think they ever really had much chemistry to begin with on a human level. It was all about the sex with them, fiery, passionate sex
Yeah.
relationships, and then they'd break it off in these kind of horrible ways. But
yeah.
He is in the Lori vortex.
Yeah, he is.
all I say is there's a cruise ship coming up. That's all.
There's
It's an indelible memory for Brett and I.
I will not spoil any.
Wow.
The Lori chapter, I'll be honest. We haven't, I don't even remember any of this up to this point.
You guys met Lori yet, at least? Or
Yeah.
do you not even, remember meeting her?
at this point-
Certainly. I remember when we went to the Thousand Island, which is the lake house or whatever. I remember them screaming at each other
Really?
in the wing of the house. And I went up to my aunt and I was like, and my aunt remembers this, and I said, they fight more than my own parents. I remember telling my aunt that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. And when you have a stepmom or whatever who's fighting more than she did with my own mom, I'm like,
you could think if she's
And
fighting
that's-
with
and
Bob,
that's
she's
month
not gonna
8.
look at us and be like, have any,
Totally.
right.
What the fuck do you want? Like, you're just watching?
You're just the fucking.
That's a good point. Because
Also?
if she looks at her boyfriend as a guy who's philanderous looking at women's, no wonder she hated us.
Yeah.
No wonder she had
Totally.
no, feeling towards us whatsoever. So,
And you felt that being around her, like zero connection.
yeah, I mean, I don't know how it was the case with your stepmom, but these people, like you said, if you're not their flesh and blood, you're kind of a nuisance in a way.
You are,
You know?
nuisance, totally.
I don't know, how was it with yours?
Same shit, brother.
Right.
Same shit.
Like, there's no real love for you. You know?
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
You didn't come out of them. There's no like biological, like, I need to save this child. I need to protect this child.
It seems like it's worse. The step kid is worse than just a kid.
Yeah.
And these people, but it's probably just because it's like I have to put up with like.
I have to like cook for this little fucker.
Yeah.
I don't have to cook for the little fucker walking down the street. You know?
And I will
Well,
say,
ultimately, it's because you know your spouse loves a child always more than they're ever going to love you. And so
Yeah.
now you're competing with this child that they love that you have no relation to.
that's why it's like I hear two things about step parent: fucking nightmare or absolute angel. And it's
Yeah.
because the angel went way overboard.
Way overboard.
Because that's what it takes.
Yeah.
Because you to fill that bucket, if you're a step parent, in the eyes of the kid, it's really fucking hard, and everything you do gets really discounted.
I have a stepdad, and he's like texting me constantly.
Yeah.
We're like boys. We're like homies.
Yeah,
And he's kind of making up a little for like when I would annoy him when I was a little kid. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying?
yeah,
This is what I think it is. Like, you ever go to a girl's house and you're hanging out and it's great, and then you finally get to her apartment and she's got a fucking dog, and it's like an annoying dog, and it's
Yeah.
like jumping on you and it's
Yeah.
licking you and stuff.
And the other thing is you want to discipline the dog in your own way, but you're not yet comfortable enough with
No.
them. So it's the same thing with a child. It's like, I wouldn't raise the kid like
Yeah.
this, but
Yeah.
I can't do it how I want to do
Yeah.
it. You know?
Totally.
yeah. So you can't really step in. You know, you got to watch her feed this dog.
Dog's like staring at you while you're having sex with her. It's
Yeah,
And he doesn't like you as much as
She's-
you don't like him, honestly.
yeah.
yeah.
You know,
'cause
you're an
he's seen
intrusion.
you come and go.
Right.
Yes. Yes.
You know,
Yeah.
he knows the playbook.
He
He
does.
does.
And he knows you stop calling her, and you know she's crying, and suddenly a
Well,
meal or two's getting missed from him.
One time a dog did start licking my asshole.
Really? Was his
While I
name
was in
was his
bed.
name Ethan?
It might have been. It started with an E. I can't remember.
That's it. Wow.
His other dog friend came in and he just
While
went,
you were
"No, I'm good."
making love,
While I was making sweet passionate love in the missionary position, the dog walked up from behind and started licking my ass.
how
Really?
long did you realistically? Did you let it play out for a second?
Yeah.
Dion Cole's got a joke about this. He goes, "If you don't stop, I'm going to count to 60. 1, Mississippi."
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
There was a moment of like, is that you? But that can't be you. You're right here.
Wait a minute.
Oh, fuck. What the hell? Who are you? Yeah.
What type of dog was it?
It was like a beagle.
Ooh,
And it was like one of those like,
a gross old beagle.
it was not a chill beagle. It was like,
Not that there's any dog that would be good, but there are dogs who would be bad. You know?
yeah.
Where I'm like,
I put beagle in the bad
the
category.
attractiveness of the dog does matter
It
in
does.
this.
It
You know,
does.
just out of
Totally.
like psychologically, like, you know,
A majestic German Shepherd.
Yeah.
You might sit there for a second.
Totally.
You know?
Yeah.
A pug. If you're letting a pug eat you out,
It's like eyes are touching your butt. Like,
yeah.
You're going,
but
I mean,
the slurp of like a majestic looking
Right.
German Shepherd.
Exactly.
It's just like, whoosh,
Right.
whoosh.
yeah. Also, there's something about it's like
Something
knowing that
purebred.
dog could also kill you.
Yeah.
You know,
Right.
And you go, actually, you know, the reins are kind of with you. With
Yes.
with the German, a Great
Because then
Dane.
you
I
can
go,
play it off. You said I didn't move because I didn't want the dog to kill me.
yeah, I'm not looking for excuses to play it off, but you know, you know. So, Mikey, where can we find you?
Guys, you can find me on Instagram at Mikey McDonald 55.
There it is, Mikey McDonald. You couldn't even get fucking 1 through 54.
My number in football was 55. That's the guy who was on this podcast today. Okay? The guy who put his football
Yeah.
number as
Yeah.
his Instagram handle.
If there's ever an episode to take the relationship advice from, it's this one.
It's
Yeah.
this
It's
one.
this one.
Right.
Also, I'm co-headlining the Belly Room on July 12th. If you want to whip your wiener.
Yeah,
on
and
up in there.
I will be doing opening it, which is really fun.
Yes.
Well, since we didn't have a female perspective on this podcast, if you are a female and you want to contribute a thought, something we maybe got wrong, something we overlooked, or why don't you comment that?
Comment or DM us on Instagram. And we actually will do a live reading of these.
We'll do a live reading.
DM us on Instagram. We want to see this shit. We want to talk about. If you're a man and you want to have another perspective as well, and you want to share that as well, do it.
It'll be fun.
I felt like I did a decent job of giving the female perspective at times.
I think you did.
I think we want to know too, because it's hard for me to judge, but I thought it's sometimes, I started seeing it.
Yeah, you saw it a little.
Yeah, I saw it with Mikey. If you felt that Mikey.
Well, it was interesting to be forced to now go, all right, how would I normally feel? And let me try, because I know we need that female perspective, let me try to put my brain into that scenario.
I give us a solid B+.
B+.
Right. I think we're in the B+. I think we probably missed some steps here,
Yeah.
Or did we speak some hard truths?
We maybe spoke some hard truths.
You decide.
You decide, bro.
Guys, more Lori to come. There's little, you took a side, had a little Alexis. There was some ass eating in here. He's got to throw that in, It's not an episode if there's not some ass eating and
This
Lust
is a
to
good
Dust.
one.
We'll see you next week. We'll end Lori. Again, I've hinted before, there's a pregnant belly coming. All right? That's all I'll say. And is it our dad's? Is it not our dad's? Is it Brett's? What would that might be interesting. All right? That might be interesting. A lot more to come for Lori. All right? Tune in next week, and we'll see you next week on From Lust to Dust, my horny dead dad.